The wise farmers. This is the story of Adamu. There was a certain village. The major occupation of this village was farming. Adamu and some other farmers gathered a particular kind of stone daily because these stones were beautiful and attractive. However, these stones were worthless. But Adamu and other farmers believed that someday these stones will have value. One day, the king of the land, seeing how Adamu and the other farmers believed in the beautiful worthless stones, decides to make an announcement that the stones was to be regarded as commodity and people can start buying and selling them in the community market. But before the feast market day, when the stones will start to be traded for money, the king encourages all the farmers to keep their stones with him for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and 3 years. He promised to give them more stones in addition to what was kept with him. Numerous farmers became greedy and kept their stones with the king so they could have more stones in return. So they did. They kept their stones in custody with the king for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and 3 years. However, Adamu and a few other farmers refused to keep their stones with the king. Seeing that the king's word was true by accepting these worthless stones in custody, the entire farmers in the village began a serious search for the stones, but by then they have become scarce. This made them all desperate and were ready to buy as many as possible at the opening of the new market for the stones. The day for the opening of the market came, and Adamu and few farmers were the only ones that brought their stones to the market, and others were not able since theirs is in custody with the king. So it was, and the numbers of buyers became more than the numbers of sellers. Adamu and the few farmers eventually sold each of their stones very expensive to the desperate buyers. Seeing how Adamu and the few farmers made huge money, the other numerous farmers grew desperate and impatient. They eagerly waited for the expiration of the first 3 months agreement with the king. So the day came, and many of the farmers retrieved their stones from the king and took it to market. But by then, almost all the villagers had gathered the stones for themselves and have bought everything Adamu and the few farmers had. So it was, and the numbers of sellers became more than the numbers of buyers. Eventually, the price of the stones fell almost to nothing, even down to where Adamu could use the money he sold one stone for to buy back 100 of the stones. What are the moral lessons of this story?